Hey, good morning. I'm Sammy Bao, the founder of 0xEssential. I'm working on what's next in NFTs, and I'm passionate about digital asset portability. I'm interested in bringing composability and interoperability to NFTs, particularly to support Metaverse gaming. Let's get started. 0xEssential is building permissionless and cross-project NFT gaming platforms. By leaning into positive sum models, we can build bigger platforms than closed, vertically integrated games while helping NFT projects diversify their revenue streams. Before we get into that, a bit about me. There's two main things I want you to know. First, I've seen a lot. I've been around the block. I've been in Web 2.0 startups for a decade. I was an early employee at VaynerMedia, and I've spent years in SaaS, including at a few of my own failed ventures. I'm a full stack web and mobile engineer, now programming in Solidity. I'm new to Web3. I only installed MetaMask in February. But the other thing I want you to know is I'm an extremely fast learner and, more importantly, builder. I put products in users' hands quickly and I learn from them. So don't expect any white papers from me or 0xEssential. Expect fast, iterative cycles of shipping product. As a solo founder with some startup experience, I knew I should spend my time at Tachyon de-risking 0xEssential as a business for investors, for employees, and for myself. So I've been working to identify a real and painful problem facing NFT projects. Look, NFTs are a party right now. It's hard to say there's anything necessarily wrong, but there will inevitably be a downturn. So a major problem on the horizon facing NFT projects is that they're relying on a single source of revenue for their operating budgets, secondary market royalties. When nobody's buying on OpenSea, these project devs might have to go get real jobs. Instead, I think we can help these projects establish an alternative revenue stream, and I think we can do this with low effort, high impact projects. 0xEssential will offer permissionless gaming platforms, spectacular developer SDKs and documentation, and play to earn revenue share. Rasslers is our first experiment with this model, a sort of Super Smash Bros for NFTs. Before we hop into the game demo, let's touch on the tech a little bit. For our alpha release, we developed a cross-chain derivative minting process. So a user can choose any layer 1 NFT they own, and we mint a derivative on Polygon for them. What makes this all tick is the open source Rasslable contract. This returns a tuple of our Rasslin attributes, 6 integer-based attributes that describe a wrestler's skills and which are stored mutably on-chain. This is a player's home locker room. I chose one of my The Dudes NFTs as my Wrestler. This is one of our original IP characters, Howler Dawes. We're developing an NFT collection of Genesis Wrestlers to bootstrap the game in the fictional Metaverse Wrestling Federation universe. We're currently allowing users to upgrade their Wrestler stats by spending Matic. In the future, this will be with our own RAS token. We were the first game to integrate loot. If you own loot bags, you can get free upgrades based on the bag's rarities in your wallet. The alpha includes single player versus blockchain CPU turn-based play. So let's jump back into a match I had started previously. The wrestling match contract chooses 3 random moves from our moves list that are available to a player. So I can go ahead and choose one of these moves, and that performs an on-chain transaction. We're using Polygon, so move transaction fees are pretty reasonable. The attacker's stats, move stats, and defender stats all combine to determine an HP hit. Once the move is mined, the contract emits an event, and we pick that up, display player 1's move, and then the CPU move right away, and then it's your turn again. We launched this alpha experience on August 19th. The goal of the experiment was to find out if people wanted to actually do stuff, play games with the NFTs they already own. We got some people to connect and play, not as many as we'd hoped, but we were pleasantly surprised with the Matic spend to upgrade stats when there was zero incentive to do so. Some of the feedback we received from collectors was that without any profit incentive, the game just wasn't interesting to them. So next we did a giveaway event where each victory in the game earned the player a raffle ticket to win a loot bag NFT. We saw quite a few more wallets connect and matches per user shot up. There are some UX challenges in playing alpha matches. You need Matic on Polygon, can be a challenge to get. We'll do meta transactions eventually, but for now we're counting anyone who started at least one match among our active users. These users on average have played more than 4 matches and spent more than 3 Matic in the course of 3 weeks. Our next experiment removes the need for Matic to play and adds further incentive. We've partnered with another NFT wrestling project to run a tournament with pre-performed matches and big prizes. We touched on this earlier, but this is really important. Yes, I have a utopian vision for the future of digital property rights, but I want to be very clear. Permissionless gaming that utilizes positive sum Web3 mechanics will be more profitable ventures than vertically integrated walled gardens. Yes, it's great to be able to sell in-game assets freely, but when anyone can make compatible assets, when anyone can make a game that uses the same assets with interoperable attribute properties, everything gets more valuable. The compatible assets, the gains, and 0xEssential as the standard bearer. We're creating these exciting compounding flywheels of value. That's quite a different vision of the future than companies like Epic or EA have, right? These companies aren't just going to give up their in-game asset revenue because the blockchain exists. They plan to continue to rent you digital assets from their vertically integrated walled gardens. On the other hand, 0xEssential wants you to truly own your digital property. For us, this means being able to utilize it in any experience you please. And we want to support the long tail of creators. Anyone should be able to craft a digital asset that conforms to standards and can thus be used in multiple metaverse experiences. On the other hand, 0xEssential wants you to truly own your digital property. For us, this means being able to utilize it in any experience you please. And we want to support the long tail of creators. Anyone should be able to craft a digital asset that conforms to standards and can thus be used in multiple metaverse experiences. The massive long-term opportunity is to build the pipes and the building blocks for the interoperable metaverse. I do think we can get there, but to start, we'll be more focused on proving the model. We'll use Rastlers as a beachhead to earn market share with crypto-native NFT projects and to be in the trenches ourselves, learning how to best build permissionless games. Building a successful game in partnership with popular NFT projects will position us well to be a viable Web3 on-ramp for legacy brands and celebrities. Think Zed Run and Stella Artois, but productized and scalable. The business model here starts to be less clear. Rastlers can be a huge property, I've no doubt. But this is when we might start thinking about other properties in a game studio model, or alternatively focus on being a steward of standards and pursuing a token-based business model. Ultimately, I do believe the bigger and less risky business is in selling picks and shovels. Games are too hit-based, but proving out the power of permissionless gaming and navigating the fast-changing blockchain space through Rastlers will best position 0xEssential to be the standard bearer. That's all a long ways off, so here's what our immediate roadmap looks like. We're live with our alpha and working on things like a tournament mode. We're just about ready to drop our own Genesis Rastlers NFT collection, but we want to be a bit different than your typical PFP project. We want to launch with day one gaming utility. So we started working on our player versus player game lobbies, live presence, random matches, challenging other users, and we plan to release that by Q1 2022. Then we'll get to work on play to earn mechanics and RAS tokenomics, introducing those mechanics in Q2. And throughout it all, we'll be working on finding the best way to integrate partner projects, whether that's derivative tokens like we've done in the alpha, or using some cross-chain migration support like Vitalik has proposed, or using something like DIDs. By Q3, we'll be ready to start onboarding partner projects and sharing revenue with them. Thanks so much for your time. Really appreciate you being here. You can find me on Twitter via Sammy Bao. It's Bao, it rhymes with Dow. Check out Rastlers at rastlers.com. We'd love to have you play some matches. Let us know how you like it. And reach out to me at Sam at 0xEssential if you'd like to go deeper on permissionless gaming platforms for NFTs. Thanks again. Take care.